Hi, I'm Andrés Merlo, student at the Universidad Internacional del Ecuador, and we're going to see a short review of Pmbok. First of all, management scope. We're going to need to determine where are we heading with the project. First of all, management scope is going to help us determine where we want to head. It could be with a project, it could be with our own startup. We're going to have to see or have really clear idea or concept, where are we heading? Why are we doing this project? For this, we're going to need collaborative and cooperative work, negotiation and conflict resolution, design, organization of data, intervention and reflection. All these tools we're going to use to determine our clear scope. For constructing our scope, we're going to need to work with different people, probably our stakeholders, probably our team. For this, we're going to need to have the skill of teamwork, how to work with a determined team or different people to complete our goals. Control drawing diagrams, organization of materials, intellectual physical work, and administration skills. When we're developing a project, we're going to have a set of inputs to a determined output. In the project dimensions are the initiative that we take for developing the new project, human resource, the people that we're going to work with, restrictions, probably it could be laws, government statutes. For the project dimensions, we're going to have a determined set of inputs to an output. For this, we have the initiative that we are taking for developing the project, human resources, the people that we're going to work with, restrictions, could be government policies that we have to respect in order to develop the project documentation, how are we going to document every step along the birth and death of the project, media impositions and conditions, where are we and how is it going to affect our project, and at the end we're going to have the application of the final project. For project management, mainly focuses on scope, where are we heading, time, how much we're going to take to get there, cost, how much are we going to spend to get there, quality, how are we going to control every step to guarantee that the project is going to develop the way we want to, and risk, what are our risks, how is the environment going to affect us, and what are we going to do in order to solve every problem that could be presented to us. When talking about the project manager and his roles, we're going to need interpersonal skills, because the project manager is the one that guides the whole project. It will have to manage human resources, it will have to talk to the stakeholders, communicate with everyone, and therefore needs interpersonal skills, leadership skills, human building, motivation, and communication. Responsibilities and compliances of the project manager are knowledge, performance, and personnel. He has to know what he's talking about in order to manage the whole project. And management knowledge. He will have to know how to manage a company or manage a project in order to complete the project to its full satisfaction. Areas of knowledge that the project manager requires are project management, interaction management, scope management, time, cost, quality, human resource, communication, risk management, and logistics. All these set of areas are going to be applied during a project. So the project manager will have to know how to manage every one of them. For developing the project, we're going to have an initiation, a planning, an execution, monitoring and controlling, and closing the project. The initiation will guide directly for the planning to the planning of the project, which will have direct relationship with the execution. The execution also will have relationship with planning. Because when we're planning a project, we develop how every step is going to be resolved. But in real life, maybe every step is not going to develop how we want it to. So that is going to have an impact on our planning. We will have to modify certain steps to guarantee the full compliance of the timing of the project and cost. Also monitoring and controlling, which is going to help us identify when we're late, if we're late in the project timing scope. And closing of the project is really important to sell every open door that we can left, to close every open door, to guarantee that the project is fully closed. Here we have a more comprehensive way of identifying how every phase of the project has a relationship with the other phases, and what we need to complete in order to completing every one of the phases. For the initiation, we will have to develop the project chapter and identifying the stakeholders. If we don't have the stakeholders, then there is no project. For the planning, we have our scope-related activities, which is plan scope management, collect requirements, define scope, create the work breakdown structure, the schedule activities, plan schedule management, define activities, sequence activities, and we have all of these activities that are detailed here that will help us identify, and they will guide us throughout our project. If you want to see this document more closely, you can enter to Ricardo Vargas' webpage and download the PDFs. The overlap of the process groups in a phase where we have planning, initiation, planning, executing, monitoring and controlling, and closing, we will have how throughout the time, from the start of the project to the finish, how are the activities going to evolve. For example, at the start of the project, the initiation phase is going to be more important, but then planning starts to get ahead. We will have to dedicate a lot of time to the planning to guarantee our correct project functionality. Then the execution of the project is basically the core of the project, because every planning that we do is for the correct execution. Monitoring and controlling, we cannot see the curve, but it's similar as the initiation, but nearly to the end of the project. And closing, we have to start the closure of the project at the middle of it, because we're going to start closing every little door that is going to be presented along the way. Failing to plan is planning to fail. If we don't plan, if we don't make a strong work breakdown structure, then it will be hard for us to complete timing, or to have a follow-up on how much we're spending on the project. So that's why we need to focus a lot of time in this planning phase. Project scope. We need to have a real clear image of where we want to head in order to get there. Timing of the project, really crucial, because if we don't get to where we want to get in time, then that's going to represent extra cost for us in the end. For the cost, we need to have a really clear idea of how much we're going to spend on the project in order to be able to get that resource, that economic resource, and just distribute it along the project correctly. The quality, we need to guarantee our project's quality or our product's quality, because if in the end the product is not good, then no one will buy. We need to manage correctly our human resources to guarantee that the project will fulfill. We need to have a great communication along the whole project between every member of the project, the stakeholders, the project manager, the financial departments, construction department. It's really crucial to have a great communication between all of those areas. We need to identify every risk that is presented to the project. This will help us get to our objective in time and in budget, under the budget. Procurements, we will have to spend our money wisely. We will have to identify what we have to buy and how we're going to buy it. And the stakeholders. In the end, all the project is to complete the stakeholders' objective